Number one, strange dreams. The moment you drifted into sleep, the dreams began. They were vivid, like a haunting film playing in your mind. You woke up feeling more like you had been on a journey through another world rather than sleeping or resting. Another sign you slept with a witch is unexplainable marks on your body. You notice these marks the next morning, strange marks, deep red bruises or crescent-shaped scratches appearing mysteriously on your skin. They don't hurt, but they seem to glow slightly when the light hits them. They weren't there the night before. How did they get there? The other sign you slept with a witch is a lingering scent. No matter how much you scrub, you can't shake the faint, intoxicating scent left behind after the encounter. It's a blend of something ancient and floral, earthy yet sweet. It's not a fragrance you can place, and no matter where you go, it follows you like an invisible trail. The other sign you've slept with a witch is whispers at night. You lay in bed, wide awake, but it's not silent. Faint whispers slip into your ears like a chant, but when you try to listen closely, the words fade. The whispers grow louder and clearer over time, and you begin to realize that they might not just be in your mind. The other sign you've slept with a witch is unearthly energy. Something about the air feels different around you now. It's heavier, as if the weight of unseen forces presses down on your chest. There's a magnetic pull drawing you towards certain objects or places that you wouldn't have noticed before. Your intuition is stronger than ever. Another sign you've slept with a witch is a sudden talent for divination. For reasons you can't explain, you suddenly feel a connection to the future. Tarot cards, crystal balls appear in your hands as though you've been practicing for years. Your predictions come true with accuracy, and your friends start asking you for readings. Another sign you've slept with a witch is a sharp increase in your intuition. You never used to trust your gut, but now it feels like a direct line to something powerful. You can sense when people are lying, when someone's intentions are pure or dark, and when anger or when danger is near. Your instincts have become almost unnervingly sharp. Another sign that you slept with a witch is a sensitivity to moon phases. You find yourself paying more attention to the moon than ever before. Full moons make you feel euphoric, while new moons fill you with a sense of longing. You begin to track the moon's phases obsessively, realizing that your moods shift with them in strange and uncontrollable ways. You slept with a witch if the appearance of black cats happen. Wherever you go, you notice them. Black cats. They cross your path in the most unlikely places, peering at you with knowing eyes. They seem to follow you around town, almost as though they are keeping watch, guiding or guarding you. You slept with a witch if there are strange unseen visitors. You wake up at night, sensing something or someone nearby. You hear footsteps or you see a shadow in the corner of your vision. But when you turn, nothing's there. It's though something or someone is watching you. It's not a feeling of fear, but of observation. You slept with a witch if there's a new attraction to herbalism. You find yourself inexplicably drawn to herbs, roots, and flowers. You begin collecting them, learning their names and properties. Your kitchen has become a small apothecary, and your knowledge of potions and remedies grows faster than it should. You've slept with a witch if objects are moving on their own. At first, you dismiss it as your imagination, but you can't deny it any longer. Items in your home, books, glasses, pens, move on their own. A book might fall off a shelf or a candle roll off a table without cause. And somehow you feel like it's not entirely random. You slept with a witch if there is a sudden obsession with fire. A curious obsession with fire takes over you. You can't help but watch flames dance hypnotically, whether they are from a candle, a campfire, or even the flame of a match. You find comfort in their unpredictable and merciless nature, as if they speak to something deep within you. You slept with a witch if there is the feeling of a constant presence. Even when you are alone, you feel as though you are never truly by yourself. It is subtle, like the air around you hums with unseen life, whether it's a soft breeze that blows without cause or a distant scent of incense. You feel an energy constantly near you. These repetitive thoughts of transformation. You've been fantasizing about transformation, changing form, shifting into something else. The idea of becoming something magical, mythical, or supernatural seems strangely attractive. You can almost feel it in your bones, a desire to become something more than human. Cursed items appearing, strange artifacts or objects begin to appear in your life. They could be old coins, unfamiliar jewelry, or trinkets that seem to hold personal significance, even though you've never seen them before. The more you touch them, the more unsettling the feeling becomes. You slept with a witch if there's unusual attraction to the night. You find yourself wandering outside after dark, inexplicably drawn to the quiet of the night. The moonlit sky seems to call your name. Your night vision feels sharper, and you begin to feel more comfortable in the dark than you ever have in the light. You start to notice strange exotic creatures near you, owls, snakes, ravens, animals associated with witchcraft and magic. They appear in the oddest moments, almost like they're following you, observing you, or waiting for you to take notice of them. You find yourself sketching strange symbols in the margins of notebooks, on napkins, even on walls. They appear without thought, flowing from your hand as though they are part of your being. You don't know what they mean, but they feel important, like an ancient language trying to emerge from you. You slept with a witch if you have increased sensitivity to otherworldly forces. You can now sense things that were once imperceptible to you. Thin, invisible threads that bind people, energies that hang in the air, and whispers from beyond the physical world. You know when there is a supernatural presence in a room, even if no one else does. Animals react to you differently. Your pets behave in unusual ways, more affectionate, more distant, or even overly cautious. Birds circle above you in odd patterns, and wild creatures seem to approach without fear. There's something in the way you move that draws them in. There's this constant feeling of being watched. Wherever you go, it feels like your eyes are on you. Like people's eyes are on you. You catch glimpses of reflections or shadows that don't belong. Even when you are alone, your senses are heightened, and the sensation that someone is observing you lingers in the back of your mind. The nightmares are more than just bad dreams. They feel real, as though they are warning you, teaching you something, or taking you to a different realm. You wake up drenched in sweat, heart racing, but the images linger, demanding your attention. Moments of intense deja vu flood your life. You feel as though you've experienced things before, even when you are sure they're happening for the first time. It's as if your life is on a loop, or you've glimpsed another version of reality that's bleeding into this one. You feel an overwhelming connection to the earth. Trees seem to speak to you in whispers of wind, and plants grow with incredible speed when you turn to them. You start hearing the language of nature and feel its pulse, its heartbeat, in a way that you never have before. You start to become acutely aware of what frightens you and your fears seem to grow with intensity, but oddly, you are drawn to them. The darker corners of your mind hold more fascination than they ever did. You feel as though you are being pulled toward something deep and shadowy. On rare occasions, you glance in the mirror and something is off. Your reflection doesn't quite match your movements, lingering for a second longer or behaving differently. Sometimes it feels like it's not you at all, but something else, something watching. Again, you've slept with a witch if the night seems longer. Times behaves strangely now. The nights stretch out endlessly, with hours seeming to bend and fold on themselves. You lose track of time and realize that the witch's influence has altered your perception of it, leaving you feeling both timeless and trapped in the moment. You've slept with a witch if there is this disturbing lack of memory. Some parts of your time together are hazy, as if your mind is unwilling to retain certain details. There are entire hours or even days that slip away without explanation. You feel as if a veil has been placed over your memory, something you can't pull back to see clearly. 1. Constant negative thoughts. If you are consistently plagued by negative thoughts, feelings of hopelessness, or even a sense of self-loathing, this could be a sign that you are under spiritual influence. Demons are often associated with planting toxic thoughts that undermine self-worth and happiness. These thoughts may feel foreign to you, as though they are not coming from your true self, but instead they are external forces trying to take control of your mind. The other sign that you have a demon inside you is unexplained physical symptoms. Demons, according to some spiritual beliefs, are said to be capable of causing physical ailments. This can range from sudden unexplained pain or illness to more chronic conditions that seem to have no medical explanation. So if you notice your health declining for no apparent reason, it might be worth considering whether there is a supernatural force involved. The other sign that you have a demon is feeling of being watched. A common sign that a demon is present is the sensation or the feeling of always being watched. Whether it's when you're alone or even in the presence of others, you may feel a constant presence looming nearby. This sensation is often described as unnerving, as though you're being stalked by something unseen, causing feelings of anxiety and paranoia. The other sign that you have a demon is loss of control. Many who believe they are dealing with a demonic presence report feeling a loss of control over their actions, thoughts, or emotions. They may experience impulsive behavior of a sudden shift in personality that seems unnatural. This can be especially disturbing if these changes are drastic or if they don't align with your usual behavior. The other sign that you have a demon is sudden personality changes. A noticeable shift in personality could indicate the influence of a demon. People who experience demonic attachment often report becoming more irritable, angry, or depressed without any apparent cause. Sometimes a person may adopt a completely different demeanor that's out of character, becoming more withdrawn or hostile. The other sign that you have a demon is nightmares and night terrors. Frequent nightmares or night terrors, particularly ones that feature demonic figures or entities, are seen as signs of spiritual distress. These vivid and terrifying dreams may leave you feeling exhausted or terrified to sleep, further exacerbating the feelings of being haunted or controlled by a dark force. The other sign that you have a demon is unexplained sounds. Some individuals who are believed to be under demonic influence report hearing strange, unexplained sounds. This could include whispers, footsteps, knocking, or even growling. These sounds are often attributed to the presence of demons or spirits attempting to make their presence known in subtle ways. The other sign that you have a demon is cold spots or temperature shifts. A sudden drop in temperature, often accompanied by a feeling of coldness or chills that can't be explained by the environment, is another sign that a demonic entity may be present. These cold spots are sometimes described as feelings like you feel like a presence is near, and they tend to occur without any logical reason. The other sign that you have a demon is objects moving on their own. Paranormal activity such as objects moving on their own is another potential sign of demonic influence. Whether it's furniture shifting, doors slamming, or objects flying across the room, this behavior can be unnerving. Often these events are accompanied by a feeling of fear or discomfort, as though the environment is being manipulated by an unseen force. The other sign you have a demon is extreme emotional outbursts. If you find yourself having frequent emotional outbursts, whether it's uncontrollable anger, sadness, or fear, it could be a sign that you are dealing with a demonic presence. These outbursts might feel disproportionate to the situation at hand and can often be triggered by seemingly minor events. This emotional instability can sometimes feel as though it's not your own. The other sign that you have a demon is mental fog or confusion. A demon's influence can often manifest as a clouded or foggy mind. If you are experiencing confusion, forgetfulness, or an inability to focus, it might be a sign of a spiritual attack. This mental fog can interfere with daily tasks, making even simple decisions feel overwhelming. It might also cause a person to feel disconnected from their own thoughts. The other sign that you have a demon is the inability to find peace. A persistent feeling of restlessness or the inability to find peace is a sign of demonic oppression. Those affected may feel spiritually agitated, unable to relax or experience calmness, even in otherwise peaceful environments. This unrest may also be accompanied by a feeling of inner conflict or turmoil. The other sign that you have a demon is seeing shadows or figures. A common symptom of demonic presence is the vision of shadows, figures, or other unsettling images, particularly out of the corner of your eye. These apparitions may not be fully clear but leave you with a sense of fear or dread. The more intense the presence, the clearer and more frightening the images may become. The other sign that you have a demon is sudden attraction to dark things. A strong pull towards dark or negative behavior, such as an interest in occult practices, dark media, or violent thoughts, may be a sign of demonic influence. You might begin to engage in activities or thought patterns that are contrary to your usual nature or moral compass. This can feel like a powerful urge that you cannot ignore or resist. The other sign that you have a demon is chronic depression or hopelessness. A feeling of pervasive sadness or hopelessness that you can't shake, even with therapy or medication, can sometimes be linked to spiritual oppression. Demons are believed to feed off of despair, amplifying feelings of worthlessness and emotional numbness, leaving you feeling stuck in a cycle of misery without a way out. A sudden aversion to sacred items such as religious symbols, holy books, or places of worship is often cited as a sign of demonic presence. Individuals may feel discomfort, nausea, or an intense negative reaction when in the presence of these objects or in places that are meant to be spiritually uplifting. Many who experience demonic attachment report feeling trapped in their circumstances, as if there is no escape. This feeling can be physical, emotional, or spiritual. You may feel as though you are bound by something beyond your control, unable to break free from a cycle of torment or despair. Another indicator of a demonic presence is heightened aggression or hostility towards others. This can manifest as extreme irritability or even violent tendencies that feel uncharacteristic for you. If you find yourself lashing out without provocation or feeling the need to harm others, it may be a sign that something darker is influencing you. A sense of deep loneliness and isolation, often accompanied by the desire to withdraw from social connections, can sometimes be the result of demonic influence. Individuals may feel disconnected from others, even those they once felt close to. The demon might push them into social seclusion to deepen feelings of despair and detachment. A sharp increase in addictive behaviors such as alcohol or drug abuse, gambling, or compulsive sexual behavior can sometimes be linked to demonic attachment. These behaviors may feel out of control, as though they are being driven by an external force, and can often leave you feeling ashamed and unable to break free. Hearing voices or commands in your mind is another common sign of demonic oppression. These voices might tell you to harm yourself or others, or they may make you feel as though you are being controlled by an external force. The nature of the voices is often negative and may cause you to doubt your own judgment and sanity. The other sign that you have a demon is intense fears or phobias. Unexplained and overwhelming fears or phobias that come out of nowhere can sometimes be linked to demonic influence. These irrational fears can paralyze you, preventing you from engaging in daily activities or even leaving your home. A sense of doom or terror may constantly hang over you, even in situations where there is no apparent danger. The other sign that you have a demon is excessive fatigue or exhaustion. A constant feeling of exhaustion or depletion of energy, regardless of how much rest you get, is another possible sign of demonic presence. This fatigue can feel all encompassing and may not improve with sleep or other typical remedies. It may also be accompanied by feelings of spiritual or emotional emptiness. The other sign that you have a demon is a deep, unshakable sense that life has no meaning or purpose, which is often experienced by those under demonic oppression. That feeling of despair over life's purpose. You may feel as though your efforts are futile or that there is no hope for the future. This existential despair can drain your will to live, leaving you in a perpetual state of hopelessness. The other sign that you have a demon is extreme sensitivity to light. If you notice a sudden and inexplicable sensitivity to light, feeling discomfort or even pain when exposed to bright lights or sunlight, this could be a symptom of a demonic presence. Some believe that demons or the negative energy they exude reacts to the purity and energy associated with light, causing an aversion that manifests physically. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video widely to all those who may need it. Hey, knowledge is power, information is power, and learning is the superpower.